The psychology of people who keep a spotless house. Look at the surfaces, the gleaming countertops, the perfectly aligned cushions resting on the sofa, the floors that catch the soft morning light without revealing a single shadow of dust. When people walk into your home, they often make quick, shallow assumptions. They might call you a perfectionist. They might laugh and joke that you are slightly obsessed, or casually throw around clinical terms as if they understand your mind. They admire the pristine aesthetic, but they rarely take a moment to understand the quiet architect behind it. To the outside world, a spotless house is merely an impressive display of discipline, a magazine cover brought to life. But to you, it is something much more profound. It is not about vanity. It is certainly not about proving your worth to unexpected guests. It is a silent physical manifestation of your inner landscape. When you wipe away the invisible smudges on the glass, you are not simply cleaning a room. You are carefully, deliberately curating a sanctuary. In a world that is perpetually loud, inherently unpredictable, and often entirely out of our hands, the spaces we inhabit become our only true domain. Every item put back in its exact designated place is a quiet victory against chaos. Every polished surface is a reflection of a mind seeking clarity. It is a protective barrier woven from the threads of routine. When the mind feels heavy, the hands find purpose in the physical world. You are not suffering from a superficial obsession with cleanliness. You are speaking a deeply personal language of order, a profoundly human attempt to quiet the overwhelming noise of existence by ensuring that at least in this one small corner of the universe, everything is exactly as it should be. Think about the nature of life outside your front door. It is by its very definition an endless series of variables that you cannot control. The sudden shifts in the economy, the unpredictable moods of the people you interact with, the complex, often fragile dynamics of human relationships, the unexpected events that can change your trajectory in a single afternoon. You navigate a reality where the ground beneath your feet can feel constantly in motion. For someone with a deep, sensitive awareness of this unpredictability, simply existing in the outside world requires an immense amount of emotional energy. So you return home. You turn the key in the lock, and you step inside. This is where the psychology of space begins to shift. When you immediately begin to tidy up, aligning the scattered shoes, straightening the rugs, and wiping down the tables, you are not acting out of a mindless compulsion to labor. You are actively reclaiming your autonomy. Behavioral psychology tells us that human beings have a fundamental biological need for a sense of agency. When the macrocosm of your life feels overwhelming, turbulent, or out of your hands, you naturally shrink your focus to the microcosm, the four walls of your living room, the layout of your kitchen. Here in this specific space, cause and effect are absolute. If you scrub a counter, it becomes clean. If you fold a blanket, it remains perfectly folded. There are no sudden betrayals. There are no shifting expectations or hidden agendas. The objects in your home do not demand emotional labor. They simply respond to your touch. By meticulously designing a predictable environment, you are building an external scaffolding for your internal emotional state. This pristine house is your fortress. It is a highly controlled ecosystem where you make the rules. For many who have experienced periods of severe instability, profound emotional turbulence, or silent trauma in their past, the act of organizing becomes a powerful survival mechanism. You learned perhaps the hard way that you cannot always trust the world to keep you safe. You cannot force people to be consistent, but you can ensure that your immediate physical environment is entirely harmonious. Every time you arrange your surroundings into perfect order, you are sending a deeply reassuring signal to your own subconscious. You are whispering to yourself that you are capable, that you have power. It is the physical translation of a psychological boundary. You are effectively saying to the chaos of the outside world, you may rule out there, but you do not cross this threshold. Let us move beyond the emotional layer for a moment and look at the physical reality of your brain. There is a profound biological reason why you feel a tangible sense of relief when the sink is finally empty and the floors are clear. We must understand that your meticulous habits do not defy biology. They are in fact a highly intelligent response to it. Your brain is constantly scanning your environment for threats and unresolved problems. When your physical space is cluttered, disorganized, or asymmetrical, your visual cortex has to process an excessive amount of stimuli. To the primal parts of your brain, visual clutter translates directly into unfinished tasks. It is a visual noise that keeps your nervous system in a subtle, persistent state of low-grade tension. Your adrenal glands drip cortisol, the primary stress hormone, into your bloodstream simply because your eyes are registering an environment that feels chronically unresolved. When you pick up a cloth and begin to clean, you are intervening on a neurochemical level. The act of cleaning offers something the modern world rarely provides immediate tangible completion. Think about it. So much of our daily work is abstract. The emails never truly end. Professional projects drag on for months. Emotional conflicts often lack clear, neat resolutions. The modern mind is constantly left hanging in a frustrating state of unresolved tension. The human brain, however, desperately craves the biological satisfaction of a closed loop. Scrubbing a surface until it shines or organizing a shelf until it is flawlessly symmetrical gives your nervous system exactly what it is starving for. A definitive, undeniable ending. The repetitive, predictable motions, the back and forth of the cloth, the steady sweep of the broom anchor you firmly in the present moment, pulling you out of the anxious spiral of future hypotheticals. As you transform a chaotic space into a pristine one, you are actively lowering your baseline cortisol levels. You are signaling to your amygdala that the immediate environment is secure and that the heavy cognitive load can finally be put down. And the moment you step back to admire the spotless room, your brain rewards you. It releases a measured dose of dopamine, the neurotransmitter responsible for pleasure, motivation, and satisfaction. You're not merely doing household chores. You are skillfully regulating your own neurochemistry. For a nervous system that easily becomes overstimulated by the relentless demands of life, this physical labor is a powerful form of somatic therapy. It is an instinctual biological mechanism to soothe the body by mastering the physical space. You are creating a sanctuary where your mind can finally afford to rest. But there is another side to this story, a quieter, heavier reality that you rarely speak about. Because while the spotless house provides a profound sense of safety, maintaining this flawless sanctuary comes with a hidden cost: the exhaustion. It is a very specific type of fatigue. It is not just the physical tiredness of scrubbing, sweeping, and organizing. It is the relentless mental vigilance, the hyper-awareness that never truly switches off. You sit down to rest, hoping to finally exhale, but your eyes catch a slight misalignment of the books on the shelf, a single stray crumb on the rug, a faint smudge on the glass, and in that fraction of a second, the peace you worked so hard to cultivate simply evaporates. The urge to stand up and fix it is not a casual choice. It is an immediate magnetic pull. This is the shadow side of your beautiful coping mechanism. The control you have established requires endless, unyielding maintenance. The physical world naturally leans toward entropy. Dust will always fall and things will inevitably become disordered. Fighting this fundamental law of the universe day after day is a monumental task. There is a deeply hidden fear lingering beneath the surface of the perfectly polished floors. The terrifying, unspoken question: what happens if I stop? If you let the dishes sit? If you allow the room to become genuinely chaotic? You carry a silent terror that if you loosen your grip on the physical environment, the internal chaos will immediately flood in. You are afraid that the unwashed cup is not merely a cup, but the very first crack in the dam. The spotless house acts as a barrier, holding back an ocean of underlying anxiety, and you are the only one standing guard. This is precisely why it is so isolating when people casually tell you to just relax or leave the mess for tomorrow. They do not understand that for you, letting go feels inherently dangerous. It feels like stepping out of your protective gear in the middle of a storm. Yet you are so deeply tired. The very mechanism you built to soothe your nervous system has silently transformed into its own demanding taskmaster. You have constructed a beautiful crystalline fortress to keep yourself safe, but there are moments late at night when you feel trapped within its gleaming walls. You deserve to know that this invisible exhaustion is real. It is profoundly valid, and it is the heavy price you pay for trying to hold the entire world together with your own two hands. It is time to gently acknowledge the heavy weight you have been carrying. Your desire for a spotless home is a beautiful testament to your deeply rooted need for harmony and peace. It shows how profoundly you care about creating a safe haven, not just for others, but for your own restless mind. But I want to offer you a gentle truth today, one that you might need to hear more than anything else right now. You are inherently safe even when the room is not perfect. Your worth as a human being is not calculated by the gleaming surfaces of your kitchen counter. It is not measured by the flawless alignment of the pillows on your couch. The chaos of the world outside cannot suddenly break in and hurt you simply because a book is out of place or a single dish is left in the sink. The physical armor you have built around yourself is magnificent, but you do not have to wear it every single second of the day. I invite you to try a small, quiet experiment. Tomorrow, leave just one thing slightly imperfect. Allow a small pocket of harmless disorder to exist in your space and simply sit with it. Notice the anxiety that rises in your chest, and then notice how the sky does not fall. Breathe into that realization. You have already survived the unpredictable storms of your past. You are strong enough now to let the dust settle just for a moment and allow yourself to simply exist. You have earned the right to rest quietly in the sanctuary you have built rather than constantly serving it. So I want to ask you, and please take a gentle moment to look inward before you answer. What is the real hidden fear that comes up for you when you think about letting your physical space be messy for just one day? Share your story in the quiet space below. Let us build a community where we understand the invisible weight of perfection and where we finally learn how to put it down together.